Onboarding can be really messy. Think about all of the pain involved when it comes to bringing a new person into your business or organization, whether that's an employee, a client, or a supplier. We're talking endless emails, missing documents, constantly having to chase stakeholders for responses, legal documents, compliance steps. But what if I told you that it didn't have to be this way and we could automate 98% of the process? I'm talking about building in a system that is going to do a number of things. It's going to give back enormous time to your team and remove so much of the stress involved of bringing people into your business or working with people. More fundamentally, it's going to create a seamless, professional and welcoming experience for the people you bring on board that is going to set the tone and shape that relationship for the duration of your time together. This is going to be the first in a series of videos, simply because one of the points I've been reflecting on since taking a bit of a YouTube break has been that it can sometimes be a lot to put everything in one video. I'm going for more of a bite-sized approach, which hopefully you'll find helpful. Another quick caveat is that your specific onboarding process may look a bit different from this, or it may be much more detailed. The purpose of this primarily is proof of concept. I want to show you that this can work, whatever it is. But obviously, I will recommend that if you want to build along with me, it's probably worth spending, an hour or so or some time with your team, really mapping out every step of your process. So how do you bring people on board? And then it'll make a lot more sense as you build this out. And today, we're really going to just talk through the concept and exactly how we're going to build this out. Just from having a submission of a form, we're going to be able to trigger a powerful set of actions. It's going to be easy for the user. So no matter who is completing this, whether it's a HR professional, whether it's a line manager, and they're kind of getting things ready to bring a new member of staff on board, irrespective of their level of digital capability, everyone can complete an online form. And so it makes it really simple and easy to use. You would create in it the information that you would need to do all the subsequent next steps. The employee information, their role, their projected start date, and things like that. If you think of for your standard kind of HR legal workflow and all of the things that need to happen to bring someone on board, typically there'll be the contractual stuff, and that can often involve a lot of back and forth of documentation, of signing things. All of that can be triggered and personalized as well. So it's not just generic stuff, it's going to be personalized so that we're using the information from the form and then send that out, let's say, to the candidate or to different stakeholders, send follow-ups and chase-ups as needed. And then when that information comes back in, it's going to be able to kind of push that to the next step. It's also going to take the information from the form and add it to the HR system. The same would apply for triggering the line manager workflow and all of the things that a line manager is expected to do to onboard someone. I say all of the things. The distinction I want to make here is that I think a line manager's main function and role in onboarding should be relational, and just ensuring that a person is introduced properly and feels at home and is welcomed. Often what gets in the way of them doing that well is all of the administrative stuff that they have to do as well. And that can just be so cumbersome and time consuming and be quite frustrating. So we're going to lift and take all that away. And that's now all going to be done in this automated process. We're going to free up time for the line manager, and they're going to be able to do things. And I've also included here, things like IT and facilities, which may seem like such an afterthought, but how often has your initial start somewhere been interrupted by the fact that, you join and then you've got to sort out your laptop, and then you maybe get a mobile and then kind of get fob access. And the fact that these things aren't dealt with beforehand, and I appreciate sometimes there are reasons why they can't be, but effectively undermines what you can do in those first few weeks. And I think so much of that is avoidable. So much of that can be handled if the information is pulled early on and processed. And this is what we're going to be able to do. And I think actually this last workflow here, facilities and workflow, I think we're going to see some really powerful things where we're going to show you how just about everything that you may think, that has to be a long process, such as creating an email address, creating an account, creating a profile, creating fob access, sending out information for hardware to be provided. A lot of that can be automated and triggered from a form. And so that's what we're going to get into. We're going to build that out in detail. So once it's done, and especially if you're having a lot of people kind of coming to your organization or suppliers or clients, all of this work that you have to do again and again and again manually is now going to feel like a knife through butter. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to end this video here, but hopefully the concept is beginning to make sense and your imagination is starting to see exactly what is possible, not only in the time and stress you can save, but in the experience you can create without having to manually carry out every single step, either you or your team. So stay tuned as we build this out step by step in future videos. Take care.